So we are set to begin our last quarterfinal here at the BNP Paribas Open. Andy Murray and Juan Martín del Potro. That looks like such a tranquil scene. It is hot though here at 3:42 in the afternoon. 95 degrees Fahrenheit.
Take your seats quickly, please.
Djokovic breezed through his match, looking very cool against Joe Wilfried Tsonga. But I would expect a different match from these two. We're about to find out. It'll be Murray serving. Both men trying to round out our semifinal lineup tomorrow.
Andy Murray to serve. Ready. Play.
It's a chance for Murray to follow up on the comments he made about how he tries to train like a boxer. He loves the discipline, the dieting, the build-up for the big event in extreme circumstances. With this heat here today, all that training gets to pay off.
15 all.
It's so important to enjoy the process, especially when it can be difficult. It's the biggest thing about being successful in anything. If you think about it as a daily grind, well, it's difficult to enjoy what you're doing, but if you do enjoy the process, it makes it so much easier.
Murray missed a couple of forehands here. You'd put him in that category of enjoying the process, right?
Well, from what you've just said, you would think so, absolutely, wouldn't you?
Really has learned to embrace the work and take it a step further.
And there's a lot of players who don't enjoy that hard work, the grind. They do it begrudgingly. I think you're trying to have less success as a result.
This has been a strange opening game from Andy Murray, as right away he's facing break point, and it's his own fault. 3 unforced errors. Murray playing with a little more sense of purpose since he lost those 3 points to go down 15-40 deuce.
I like the urgency with which he moves forward here, so he can get this backhand slice while it's still above the height of the net, because then he can be so much more aggressive with the volley. He's literally on top of the net.
It's not a clay court, Juan. There's no mark to rub out.
You've got to blame something, haven't you? Bad bounce. Must have hit a stone.
fought off 2 break points, had those 3 unforced errors early in the game, and then did not commit another one to end the game. And Murray trying to overtake Roger Federer in the rankings. If he can get to the final, he'd be the new world #2 in the Emirates ATP rankings. He has to go through a giant in order to do it.
As the chairman of the All England Lawn Tennis Club, Phil Brook, of course, a Yorkshireman.
You know, he's happy to be here. It was snowing in London a couple of days ago.
Front and center to watch Andy Murray in action. Loves his tennis, does Phil. I did a bit of radio commentary at Wimbledon and worked some pretty long hours there. Whenever I looked over into the royal box area, there was Phil. A lot of chairmen or tournament owners often get bogged down with having to host VIPs, but for him it's all about the tennis, and I really appreciate that, and I think a lot of the players do as well, that he's there watching all the time.
That's the same situation here with Larry Ellison and Charlie Pasquarello.
Yep.
39.
Speaking of, here's Larry Ellison here for a second straight match. He was here during the Djokovic match as well. He's the man responsible for the increase in prize money this year, $1 million for the winner, and some very significant renovations and expansion of this Indian Wells Tennis Garden, which we'll all see next year. That's a smart shot on that side of the court. The sun's still in your eyes when you're on Murray's end. But unfortunately for Del Potro, that goes out. Do you think Del Potro hits it as hard now as he did back when he was winning the U.S. Open? Or do you think he's lost a little bit on those ground strokes?
I think he has lost a little bit, definitely.
He's come back from the wrist surgery. He says the wrist actually is still bothering him. He has some pain in it. He has to get treatment after each match. What Del Potro does to you when he's on, he just bludgeons you. Franco Devine, his coach, done a masterful job of guiding Del Potro, who's a very mild-mannered, humble young man, through that wrist surgery and getting him to believe that he could resume his place in the top 10. Hasn't gotten quite as high as he did before the wrist surgery, but up to number 7 in the Emirates ATP rankings now. He had such an easy match against Haas. I was curious to see how he would come out against Murray, whether he would carry over the momentum or be frustrated because it happened so easily for him. Murray, like a boxer, working him side to side.
There's Franco, southpaw. Of course, was Davin, good player. Just to his left was Ugo Colombini, who's Del Potro's agent. Also a very good player back in the day. There's some old school pace from Del Potro on that return.
And then he tried to follow it up with a little touch. Hard to go from that power to that touch. And Murray having a very successful service game here. Remember, he got behind in his opening service game, 2 break points, had to save them.
Murray.
Good hold from Andy Murray as things moving along rather well here through the first 3 games. Not been extremely happy with the way he's played, but champions know how to win when they're not playing their best. And that's exactly what he's done, and certainly something to build on as he heads toward Miami and then the clay court season. Del Potro measuring the sun, which is in your face on that end for the right-hander.
Love 15.
Right in the corner.
You called it old school Del Potro there, as he pummels the ball throughout the point.
Just stretching Murray this time, big time. It's got those long levers, a nice big swing arc. Generate awesome power.
Good service home from Del Potro, really overpowering the ball in that game. Both of these men getting some good news this week for Del Potro, who's a devout Catholic. I was very proud that the new Pope is from Argentina, and for Andy Murray, he was just named the Laureus World Breakthrough of the Year award winner after he broke through and won his U.S. Open title last year. That's a worldwide competition among the greatest athletes in the world. For example, the Laureus World Sportsman of the Year was Usain Bolt. And it was Murray who took home the breakthrough of the year.
Both.
Murray confirming who made that call. He's going to live with it. Well, it's Murray who's being more of the aggressor than Del Potro early. 5 winners, 8 unforced errors, with Del Potro only 1 winner so far and 4 unforced errors. Murray's really dictating things, good or bad.
Generating some good pace in that serve, 129 miles an hour.
Murray just had the one subpar service game, and since then he's taken care of his serve very effectively.
Again, Murray.
Good hold from Andy Murray.
Murray leads.
Not much to differentiate these two so far. And that's exactly what we thought and hoped for after
Hospital. And of course, a shout out to Andrew Florent as well, a former Australian doubles player who has been diagnosed with cancer as well. We wish you the best as well, Florrie.
Del Potro thought that was out, and he stopped playing, so he better be right. So he's going to go to the Emirates line challenge. And it was out. So the point goes to Del Potro. Good challenge. Stopping the point. That is the one thing about, Robbie, tennis, is how much it gives back. Players with their own foundations and the sport itself steps up when one of their own is in need, or when a whole country is in need, like the tsunami or the earthquake. I mean, this is a very giving sport to those in need. Unforced errors starting to climb. He's up to 11 now, and 8 of them have been from that forehand.
I like it when he gets a bit of racket head speed going early on in the match, especially off that forehand side. One of the best matches I saw him play last year was the finals in Shanghai, even though he lost. The way he came out against Novak Djokovic in that final was some of the best tennis I've ever seen him play.
You think Murray thinks about that ranking at all?
I think he'd like to get to #1, yes, but I don't think it's that big of a deal getting to #2, given that he's been there already.
He must get to the final in order to cross that threshold and bump Federer out. Federer's been had a hold on the #2 ranking since last year, since the week after Wimbledon, when he vaulted up to #1. He's been no lower than 2. Sparring session goes the way of Del Potro. A challenge between the two. Who could outlast the other in that rally? Murray's going to confirm if this ball was out. And it was. So Murray will lose a challenge. You get 3 incorrect challenges per set, plus an additional tie break if we get that far.
Mr. Murray has 2 challenges remaining.
As you can hear Fergus Murphy say, he's down to 2.
Del Potro.
Another convincing hold for Del Potro. He's only lost 3 points on serve so far, and is the only of the 2 to have a break point. That was in Murray's first service game. Still no breaks. We've split the first 6 games here. Those lines, hit one and then miss the other.
They're not striking that forehand clean though. A couple of occasions there we saw mishits.
Can you tell why, Robbie? Do you see technically what that forehand's doing right now?
See any glaring differences. It's a brutal rally. 26 shots in the making, 13 apiece.
What a slugfest.
15 on.
7th rally we've had over 10 shots. Del Potro's won 4, Murray's won 3.
can't see the change of direction coming. Such good disguise on the backhand. He's got a lot more winners, but he's also got a lot more unforced errors. Always got to look at those two numbers in relation to one another.
Put so much effort into getting that lob back and could not back it up. 30 all.
30 all.
Such good defensive skills, and he reads smashes so well. There's that forehand again, not timing it as well as what we've seen.
So another opportunity here for Del Potro. Murray has only won 1 second serve point in this set. He just broke a string as well, so he's going to have to come out with a fresh racket and serve a second serve. He has, though, been getting 82% of his first serves in. He's only had to go to the second serve 4 times in this set. One too many tries. It was a very effective first shot up high because it was right in Murray's eye. That's why he couldn't do anything with it except just hit it back with not much on it. Del Potro, that was a real gift. Instead of break point, it's game point Murray. Good response from Andy Murray. Stepped up from 30 all.
Far sideline ball was called out.
Del Potro wants to make sure this serve was an ace. If it is, it's the 4th one for Murray, and it certainly was. So Murray, nice hold for him. Very high level opening set between these two Grand Slam champions. We are not going to complain about heat when it's this beautiful under the palm trees here inside the gates of the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. This is the first ATP Masters 1000 event of the year. 49 of the top 50 men arrived here. 7 of the world's 8 advanced to the quarterfinals, and this is the last quarterfinal to be played, as Del Potro and Murray having a very close opening set. Del Potro from Argentina. Most of the Argentines have made a living being very successful on the clay courts, but not Del Potro. You know where he got so good on fast surfaces, Robbie? He, when he was a little boy, would hit against a wall in his house, and it was a fast indoor surface. He was threatening vases, paintings, furniture. His mom said there wasn't a wall in their house he wasn't trying to hit with a tennis ball.
I love great little stories like that.
Really learned how to
take your seat.
That's pretty tough to do. Hit off a hard indoor wood floor.
In the old courts at Queen's Club, the indoor courts used to be made of that wood, almost like a squash court.
One of the big fans of Juan Martín Del Potro is Rod Laver. Rod Laver says he loves watching Del Potro play. We know about his relationship with Roger Federer, but the Rocket is a big Del Potro fan as well. He's been here this week. He marvels at how hard he hits the ball, as we all do.
15 all.
He's normally so reliable off that wing, especially at 15 all as we approach the tail end of the set. This is when you want to apply the pressure.
He was all over that second serve. Unfortunately, hits it straight down into the net. And Del Potro is looking like another easy service hole. He's dropped just 4 points on his serve in this set. Only one first serve point when he's gotten it in, but he's only got it in 47% of the time. That first serve percentage may end up being a problem for him. As good a returner as Murray is, you got to think sooner or later Murray's going to get a groove on that second serve. Murray now up to 18 unforced errors.
4 games,
twice as many errors as he has winners. And even as surprising to me is the fact that Del Potro still just has hit 1 winner in this match.
Goes back to that point we were making a little earlier as to whether Delpo's hitting the ball as hard these days as what he was back in his pomp 2009. I don't think so.
I think what it is, Robbie, he still hits it very hard at times, just not as consistently as we were seeing him when he won that U.S. Open. Good defense by the big man, but Murray was there with a response.
15 love.
Such a good approach shot, so short up the court. The moment he's got Del Potro spinning in circles, points his.
Brilliant point.
It's money in the bank, isn't it?
30 love.
Can do whatever he wants with this backhand. Chooses the safe option. It's a good target, right over the center strap. It's a good lesson for you guys at home, especially when you're under a little bit of pressure. Don't try and go for too much. Right over the middle of the net. It's a great way to hit a passing shot.
One of the things I enjoy most about watching Murray play, Robbie, is watching him build those points. He's always thinking 1 or 2 shots ahead when he's engaged in one of those rallies.
49.
Still game point for Murray. He's really turned himself into quite the physical specimen with all of the off-court training he does. I do a lot of college sports down at the University of Miami, and he's a legend down there with the collegiate athletes as they see him out on the track doing all kinds of workout routines, extreme workouts in the South Florida sun. You see Andy Murray these days and you recognize right away he's a professional athlete, whether you know he's a tennis player or not. And Murray, a little pump of the fist as he's a game away from the set, but he will have to do what no one's done so far, break serve, if he's going to win it in the next game. Del Potro serves to stay in the set. There is a very faithful and excited fan for Juan Martín Del Potro. Feels like he's at a soccer match. I think Del Potro hears that and knows that's for him.
He's got the vuvuzela, man. I like that. That's circa 2010.
I thought we had a wounded animal running loose in here. The gentle giant, Juan Martín Del Potro. You don't see a lot of reaction on him. The guys, though, on tour absolutely love Del Potro. He's very much a gentle giant in person, too. Just a delightful, calm, relaxed young man. And has fans all over the world. You'll really see a lot of fans in Miami. Big serve from the big man.
15 love.
That's when the Murray camp is happy to throw back. It's ironic to me that Del Potro is such a gentle giant and moves so slowly in between points, because what's really differentiated Del Potro is his movement with his size. He's one of the new modern day big men that can move like a small guy.
Yeah, I think it's the efficiency of his movement that's so good.
I guess when you grow up hitting inside your house, trying to recover the tennis ball before it knocks over a vase or a painting, you get pretty fast.
Yeah, you better have those small steps down to a fine art.
Game
the average forehand speed. Del Potro with a little bit more firepower than Andy. You would think so, that he hits it flatter.
40-15.
Defensive skills. I mean, Del Potro bossed that rally from start to finish.
47.
He hit one slightly defensive shot. Murray was all over it. He's got such good feel on the lob, has Andy.
These guys, though, in the top four, they turn defense to offense quicker than I've ever seen it before, Robbie.
Yeah, it's the new catchphrase as far as these top guys are concerned. They defend aggressively.
Del Potro withstands that Murray defense. And deadlocked at 5-all.
5 games on.
Just one total point separates these two as a further illustration of how close this set is. 45 minutes they've been slugging it out, and the tennis seems to be getting better as the set progresses. Murray in the past has won the big points against Del Potro. That's why he has the lopsided head-to-head despite a lot of sets Del Po's won. See if today's the same thing.
Yeah, that's a good point you make, because that head-to-head can be a little misleading. 5-1 Murray leads, but as you rightly point out, it's been a tight contest. 11-7 though in sets in favor of the Scot.
Potro not challenging, but he almost stopped. That was in that difficult spot of the court where you're almost in the shadow, and it was tough probably for his eyes to adjust to whether that ball was in or out, as the ball was coming pretty much straight down, and it was just clipping the line. So Del Potro's hesitation cost him the point.
And he just walked over to the lines person and lifted up the sunglasses in a nice way. Nothing too malicious.
And gave him the thumbs up. The linesman made a great call.
Yeah.
Del Potro will play with the linesman from time to time in these matches. He has fun out there. Go over and put his arm around them or hand them a racket.
I think it was a gentleman.
Main point Murray. Very business-like game for Andy Murray.
Yeah,
How about that second serve?
Murray leads
Murray with the second serve ace, his 5th overall ace. And once again, puts the pressure back on Del Potro. Juan Martín Del Potro again facing the pressure of having to hold to get into a tiebreak. He said the most pressure-packed moment of his life was serving in that 5th set to try to beat Roger Federer in the U.S. Open final, which obviously he passed with flying colors, shocking Federer for that U.S. Open title. Tower of 10 deal, serving to get us into a tiebreak. No breaks here in the opening set. Only 2 break points we've seen were in the very first Murray service game.
Precision. What I like about that volley was that he didn't try and hit it deep. No chance for Murray to get this one. It's short, always going away. It's going to bounce twice before it gets to the baseline.
Reminded me, Del Potro was asked about playing doubles. He said he likes to play doubles. He just feels like for him, he needs all of his energy for singles. Not all the guys feel that way. His body doesn't want to tax it.
15.
Interesting to see what Murray did there midway through the rally. Del Potro's been hitting a lot of backhand slices, and as soon as he saw Del Potro shaping to hit the backhand slice, Murray thought he was going to sneak in, but decided against it. I like that play from Murray because it can often distract your opponent's concentration.
Murray guessed right. He knew the forehand was coming, but it was too big.
30-15.
Murphy calling that serve out. Del Potro not challenging, and he is wise not to. Hasn't served an ace in this set.
Move again from Murray. Often said, 8 out of 10 times that approach shot's got to go inside out. Players normally not as effective defending off the backhand side as what they can off their forehand. They can hurt you on the run with the forehand.
Murray has not seen a break point yet against Del Potro. Serve one here would be a set point as well.
Potro
was not ready. If that volley had gone in, it would have been a winner.
And as a coach, you almost don't mind when your charge loses points like that, because the intent is 100% correct. You've done everything right. Just let yourself down on the execution.
If you compare that to basketball, that'd be a turnover that you'd live with. But you don't get many second chances with these two. And Del Potro sends us to a tiebreak.
6 games all.
They split a couple of tiebreaks in 2009 in Canada in the finals. Murray ended up winning the final set lopsidedly. Del Potro 5-1 in these tiebreaks in 2013. Murray just 4-3.
Side 12 unforced errors now for Murray out of 21. Forehanded. Just letting him down a little bit. Just got to be careful though, because in a tiebreaker, everything about your game comes under the microscope. And up until this point, Murray's made a lot more unforced errors in the match so far than Del Potro. You need to tighten things up here.
Murray grabs the mini break back.
He's got to be careful here. He could very easily get a time violation. He's actually called for some water. So he's
for it to be taken back into the corner. The new emphasis this year, you've only got 25 seconds in between points, and they have been warning players this week. Potro, he and Murray slamming a ball in frustration already in the first 3 points. So he had the mini break and loses both of his service points.
That's what happens when you're trying to make such thin contact with the ball that if you're not absolutely precise, that's what can happen. So when you see these guys hit great shots, point after point, you realize how good they really are.
Get that out of here!
Well, if you look very carefully at this forehand,
2-1.
in slow motion, you might see a vapor trail behind it.
That's got to be worth 2 points.
He enjoyed it. It's worth a standing ovation, that was.
It's only worth 1 point, and it's 2-all. Some patchy play from both to start this tiebreak. No momentum whatsoever in this set. But it's Murray now who has the momentum, as Del Potro looking a little rattled. And again, this has sort of been the pattern between them. Murray wins at the big moments between these two. 5-1 is his lifetime edge, but as we've been pointing out, just has won 11 of the 18 sets. Del Potro's won 7 of them between them. But when it counts, Murray's been coming through.
In the tiebreak, it's been the forehand of Del Potro that's let him down a little bit. 3 unforced errors off that wing. Going into the tiebreak, it was Murray's forehand that was proving troublesome for the Scot.
Again, Murray building the point. He made his mistakes early, and since then he has tightened his game. And now 2 points away from the set.
Yeah, he improves his position incrementally with each and every shot in this rally. Great footwork, and I love it when he accelerates with that forehand. Good racket head speed. And it's a tricky one in tennis because you need the racket head speed in order to create the spin. That's what gives you control. The moment you start decelerating, you lose control, and of course that is often the tendency. You just push it. You want to get it back into the court, but it's not what you need. Happens so often with amateur tennis. I see it so often at the clubs. Take a lesson from these guys.
Didn't see that coming. The first double fault of the match from Andy Murray.
That's a perfect example right there, Sam, of decelerating.
Still trying to get to set point. It's been a clean serving set so far. That's the first double fault of the match for either player. Seems rattled as the momentum shifts once again. He had 2 service points there. Lost them both on errors. So we're back on serve. Del Potro with new life here.
Discipline from Murray in that rally. After missing earlier with the inside-in forehand, he refused to play that shot. He kept going inside-out with the forehand. He knew that was the high percentage play. And both guys breathing very heavily after that rally.
43-shot rally. Murray wills himself to win, and it gives him set point. Between these two right now, Robbie, is Murray has to play all these rallies in the sun. Del Potro is getting to play him in the shade. And in this type of heat, that makes a difference.
Of course, the whole 25-second rule, time between points, comes into play as well. After these grueling rallies, you've got to get that heart rate down again. You're at the tail end of a set where every point seems so much more important. This is where all the fitness that you put in comes to fruition.
A second set point for Murray. And the pattern continues of Murray winning at the big moments with Del Potro. In an hour, 4 minutes, Andy Murray outlasts Del Potro 7-6 in the opening set. Entertaining opening set between these two. Andy Murray winning just 3 more total points than Del Potro, but it was the pattern that these two have established. With Murray winning the big moments between them when they match up with each other, you can see how close a rivalry it is just in terms of the way they play these sets. But Murray has just that little bit of extra champion's touch to come through in the clutch. We'll see if Del Potro can turn it around here in the second set. He's going to have to go to 3, obviously, if he's going to take Murray out. And that set lasted an hour, 4 minutes in the heat of the day. Murray has left the court. So we're waiting for him to come back. I don't blame him. He had the air conditioning for a little while. Here he comes. So what were your overall thoughts of that set, Robbie?
That was solid tennis. Certainly wasn't amazing tennis. 39 unforced errors between the two of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, seats please.
A couple of good points in between, but as you suggested, it's Murray who's playing the bigger points just a little better towards the tail end of it. In a tiebreaker, managed to keep the unforced errors below what Del Potro's were, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Ball girl, white towel. White towel. Second set.
So everybody's taking a little break here after the hour 4-minute opening set. We're ready to resume this battle between Murray and Del Potro. The winner moves on to the semifinals tomorrow to face Djokovic, who won his match in less time than it took to play the first set here.
15.
Is that a factor at all, Robbie? Djokovic winning so quick and coming right back tomorrow to play the semifinal?
No, not really.
Not with these guys, huh?
No, they're so fit, such supreme athletes.
Del Potro begins the climb back. Excellent response from Del Potro to hold serve at love to start this second set.
Second set.
Both players serving pretty well behind their first serves. But interesting pattern of play that's working well for Andy Murray on his first serve. If you take a closer look at the Murray first serve, he's won 74% of the points when the first serve goes in, but look how effective he is when he goes to the forehand side of Del Potro. The green balls indicative of all the points won behind the first serve, and both out wide on the deuce and up the middle, almost exclusively green dots. So whenever Murray's gone to the forehand side of Del Potro, he's won the point behind the first serve, and I think that's the serve that Murray hits the best. That little slider out wide on the deuce and the one up the middle on the ad. It's a similar sort of action. And of course, he goes on to lose the point as soon as I
You knew that was going to happen, but your point is well taken, Robbie.
Yeah. Unbelievable how often that happens, isn't it?
Murray's probably upset with you right now if he knew what you just did to him.
Or did he just do it to me?
Yeah, I guess More appropriately, you're upset with him, right? Great angle by Del Potro. How did he do this?
Tennis. That was circa 1985 there with the slice approach shot. And then the big dig on the volley. Good pass. Big guy gets down so well.
And it's Del Potro with break point. He's come out of this opening set looking very determined. We have not had a service break in this match. He had 2 break points on Murray's first service game to start the match. And now he's got 3 here in Murray's first service game of the second set. Us to witness the first break of the match. And Del Potro has control of this set right away. Del Potro looking very calm and confident right now, which is ironic since he lost that first set. Such a tight set.
You can see again Murray just struggling there as the ball comes from the shadow into the sun. It's going to be an awkward 20 minutes or so before the shadow makes its way completely across the court.
Del Potro wants to look at that. That was close.
He better challenge it quickly.
Yeah, he needs to get on it, or and he does issue the challenge. Just touches.
15 off.
It's the same guy.
Del Potro, 2 challenges.
Good calls there. A couple of mils in, he spotted it.
desperately trying to get that break right back. Murray has not even had a break point against the Del Potro serve in this match. Del Potro was breathing on the net. He was so close to it.
30 all.
Maybe Murray feeling that pressure.
It is a good play. If you have hit an average volley, just close, and tell you what, 8 times out of 10, the guys normally go cross court. Del Potro is working up a nice head of steam here. He's won 13 of the last 17 points.
It's interesting to me, Robbie, that he's been able to do that because of the way that first set ended. You wouldn't fault him for being very dejected here to start the second set. Shows a lot about Del Potro's heart. Del Potro in firm command of the second set. After dropping the first set in 1 hour 4 minutes, he builds a 3-love lead in 14 minutes here in the second.
AMA Supercross Racing, the American Motorcyclist Association. What it really means is the most intense two-wheel action on the planet. These bikes are rockets, flying on dirt courses with reckless abandon. The men put it all on the line. It's the ride of a lifetime each and every race. AMA Supercross from Indianapolis, live Sunday on ESPN.
Well, this is your favorite thing about every tournament, Robbie, so I'll let you talk about it.
Yep.
You live for the kiss cam.
It does. It generates such a buzz within the stadium, and I think it's so nice.
It just makes
Everybody
me miss
has a
my
good
wife.
They're not so sure about it. I think it's a first date. So. Come on. Oh, he's got the side of the head. It's disappointing. Man.
I know you're disappointed.
I'm disappointed for him.
So is Andy Murray right now for a different reason, as he had some momentum finally winning that opening set 7-6 and hasn't been able to pick up a game here in the second. Score always a little deceptive though when you're down just 1 break and 3-love. So it's certainly a deficit Murray could come back from here, but he better get going.
Dirty love.
Best game of the set so far by far for Andy Murray.
Yeah, Murray.
So Murray's on the board beginning his comeback attempt.
Del Potro leads 3-1.
Potro's doubled him up in terms of the total points won in this set, 12-6. He's really found a way to dominate here in the first half of this set. Here's our Emirates ATP rankings factoid. He's one of 7 Argentines to finish in the top 10 of the Emirates ATP rankings since 1973. And there was a while where there were a lot of them in the top 10 at the same time. Remember the days of Nalbandian, Gaudio, Coria, Puerta? Those guys all came up at the same time. Chela
15.
was a great player from Argentina.
What's wrong with it, Juan?
Softer. Keep that
Potro
separate.
Asking for a ball to be taken out of place, said that tennis ball was too soft.
Let first throw.
Probably hasn't been scared to come forward in this match. He's come in a fair bit.
15 on.
It's his 10th trip in.
Again, he's looking for the chip of Del Potro's. That one was a little high, so it was a good sneak. He's used the backhand slice a lot today, has Del Potro.
30-15.
Del Potro with his first ace, and he makes it a big one, 132 miles an hour.
Doesn't happen too often. Halfway through the second set, and he's only got his first ace.
Well, one thing we know is you don't want to allow Del Potro to get into a groove, a rhythm hitting.
I think they're
What can
secure.
Murray do right now to try to stop the bleeding here in this set? Frustrations grow.
Leads 4-1.
So does Del Potro's lead, 4-1.
One new ball. Nice.
Just to give you where Andy Murray's frame of mind is right now, he's complaining about where some of the security guards are sitting in the stands because they were in his line of sight when Del Potro was serving. And it just seems to me that's an example of Murray's frustration, whereas maybe if things were going better for him, he may not notice that.
Thanks, ball girl. Come around to this side.
So Fergus Murphy would not tell them to move. He just said if they sit there, they have to stay still. So I don't think that's going to help what Andy Murray was wanting done. He wanted them moved. He's got bigger problems, literally. Juan Martín Del Potro. is winding up right now. He is in a much better
15.
place with his ground strokes. He's starting to hit harder and harder as that confidence grows. Murray's got to find a way to get him off his rhythm. Robbie, but for me, that's a way to do it. Murray's having some success when he comes in. I just don't know if he's coming in enough. What would you think?
He's had such good hands at the net as well. I think you just got to pick your moments. At the moment are more to do with concentration than anything else. He seems to have lost a little bit of focus. Everything's worrying him. First serve has abandoned him as well. That's probably the roots of a few of the problems. Down at 42% now with that first serve percentage.
40-30.
There's a nice cure right there. Bit of frustration in that one. 128 miles an hour.
Second set just with the ferocity of his shots.
Yeah, this is Del Potro circa 2009. Nice big swing. Good technique. With that 95 miles an hour, that forehand. That's a good smack.
Murray doing his best to climb back in this set, but running out of time. He's got to find a way to break Del Potro. It's been an offset for Murray. He was put on his heels right away. He hasn't been able to get up. First double fault was during the tiebreak, and he's already had two here in the second set. Two in a row. And a chance at a double break for Del Potro. Obvious some looks of concern in the Murray camp. He does have that first set in his pocket there. Del Potro still has a long way to go to come all the way back. shedding the hat, and it changed his luck around. Put the hat back behind the ball kid after those 2 double faults.
Advantage.
32nd unforced error of the match. And another break point saved by Murray. The Potro's had 3 chances this set. 2 already here in this game.
It's funny though how this can sometimes affect you, even though Del Potro's so close to going up a double break. Sometimes it's almost not worth having these break points to go up a double break, because if you don't get it, you can start to think about it.
Advantage. Murray.
Always found it interesting to hear former players say when they played, if they squandered several break points in a game, there was a good chance they were going to get broken in the next game.
Game. Murray.
Murray saves 2 break points to avoid going down a double break. It took him almost 8 minutes to do that.
Yeah, sometimes if you're not mentally disciplined, you can be thinking, oh, I could have been up 5-1. All of a sudden it's 4-2. Perhaps a little bit of panic can set in, especially when you're playing against a guy who returns as well as Murray. But it's been really calm in the second set, has Del Potro. Able to wipe the slate clean after losing that opening set in a tiebreaker. Never easy to do.
See Murray 1 second longer than you're supposed to get in between the points. Del Potro right on it. Carlos Berlocq complained about Murray in the last round taking too much time. Fergus Murphy, though, has been generous. And Del Potro and Murray are very good friends off the court. And Del Potro just asked him, what'd you think? And he pointed to a mark, said, I think it was this one. And Del Potro took his word for it. You can see why.
15-all.
Intelligent smash. What a great approach shot it was as well.
30-15.
Plenty of slice on it, just to keep the control.
Defends well, and Del Potro can't take advantage. It's just a 1-break deficit.
Both players have had some great defensive lobs in this match so far. Not too sure what happened there.
Things tightening up here, 30-all. He still hasn't seen break point the whole match. Murray called that out as well.
Mr. Del Potro challenging the call. Right
And this
far
time Del
side.
Potro doesn't
Ball was
quite take
called
his
out.
word for it. That felt too good. Can't be out. And he was right. That ace allows Del Potro to avoid break point. Del Potro fights off the adversity of
5 games to 2.
possibly facing a break point. He doesn't, and he cruises through.
Time.
Very comfortable conditions here inside Stadium 1. As the sun's setting, perfect temperature to just sit here in a very comforting warmth. And Juan Martín Del Potro is trying to make sure these fans stay here a little longer as Murray serves now to stay in the set. Murray hasn't been able to count on too many of those in this set. Del Potro with twice as many winners as unforced errors in the second set. So he's really raised the level of his game.
No panic whatsoever, because it was a very good reply from Del Potro. Does well to keep the ball below the height of the net, so Murray couldn't pass him with power on this volley. Had to be touch and feel. And we know Murray's got plenty of that.
How about that? Back-to-back drop shots in tough spots. This time a clean winner to give Murray game point.
Does play that shot a lot on clay, does Murray.
Loves the drop shot. Love hold for Murray to stay in the set, but he's got to do something now. He hasn't been able to do the entire match. And that's break Del Potro to stay alive. Hasn't had a single break point in this match. He won the first set in a tie break. There were no breaks in that set. The only break in the match occurred in Murray's first service game of this set. Del Potro broke and took a 2-love lead. He's never looked back.
Did well to get himself back in that point initially with that defensive lob again.
Michael Usney hitting himself in his head with his racket after that point.
Yeah, it's a good hustle. 2 occasions from Murray. I thought he could do a little bit more with that backhand smash, but the Potro rightfully
careful.
Kicking himself, hitting himself, should I say.
It's a big moment here for Del Potro, trying to serve this set out. To let that go.
30-15.
Hasn't been able to make an impression on Del Potro overall. Maybe we'll see more of that from him in the final set, because it looks like that's where we're headed. Set point, Del Potro. Potro ends the set with an exclamation point. And a final set will determine our final semifinalist.
Ball girl.
Final set between Andy Murray and Juan Martín Del Potro.
Murray to serve.
Their third consecutive 3-set match. First time they've played those since 2009. The only break of the match occurred when Murray served to start the second set in the second game of the set.
15 love.
Is a nice break for Del Potro, and that's the way the last hour's gone for Andy Murray. Not a good way to start the set, to see that go against you.
Seconds.
Double fault. Started to see more double faults from Murray the deeper this match has gone. He had 3 in the second set alone.
Fullbrook in a pink shirt there, chairman of the All England Club. If you've just joined the transmission, as we showed him a little earlier, loves his tennis, does Phil.
What do you think Murray needs to do to get back on track here, Robbie?
Yeah, just a little bit of fine-tuning. Nothing too dramatic, Sam. Just manage his forehand a little better. Cut down on the unforced errors. We saw a few too many in that second set. That's what ultimately cost him.
Great hustle from Murray. He would not be denied this point.
Final set.
Throwing himself around the net. Good agility. That's what's being good at the net is all about. It's a completely different kind of movement that you have to practice and work at. Moving at the net versus the way you move on the baseline. It's so much about diving and dynamic movement, lunging. And he showed it off beautifully on that occasion. Served much better in that game as well. You asked me what Murray needs to do better in this deciding set. First serve percentage was poor. 50% in set number 2. Made 5 or 6 there in his opening serve game. 83% first serves in. Made life a little easier for himself.
15 love.
I thought it was a great rebound for Del Potro, the way that first set went. To come out strong.
It reminds me of something Novak Djokovic said a couple of weeks ago. The calm mind always wins. And that's the kind of response we saw from Del Potro. He was very calm, didn't get too down on himself after losing that opening set. A little over an hour it took, so it would have taken a lot out of him. Yes.
Murray paints the line. Del Potro stands over it and stares. If that was fresh paint, that ball would be white right now. No.
Wow.
Look at that. He did not challenge. And it would have been his point. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. Murray has not seen a break point in this match.
Beautifully hits through the ball. Racket doesn't come across too early in the shot.
Del Potro had that play. Murray really didn't do enough with the approach, and Del Potro didn't make him pay.
It was a little bit of a bluff, wasn't it? I think he's trying to hit it a lot shorter, Sam, but gets himself out of trouble here with soft hands and deft touch. Once again, outmaneuvering Del Potro at the net with soft volleys rather than hard ones.
His success has been coming inside the service line, that's for sure. Here is the first break point of the match that Andy Murray has seen against Del Potro's serve. It was at this stage in the second set that Del Potro broke Murray for the first time. Go in.
What a second serve. Fortune favors the brave, they say, and that was a very, very brave serve. Right through the line. That was, of course, in this game, it's the smallest of margins that decide the winner and the loser.
Del Potro serves his way out of trouble. Faced down his first break point of the match and now has game point here in the opening stages of this final set. The winner moves on to the semis tomorrow to face Djokovic, who won in under an hour today against Tsonga. These two have gone almost 2 hours. Set alone took an hour, 4 minutes. Second set, 43 minutes, and we've been going 11 minutes here in the third. 1-1.
One game.
There's our Emirates ATP rankings factoid. Andy Murray, if he can get to the final, would move past Federer as the new world #2.
Love 15.
I wonder what the issue is with Murray. That's now 6 double faults. One thing about Murray, though, when he double faults, it doesn't seem to last in his mind. He has a pretty short memory when it comes to those doubles. Way too many unforced errors in this match. Here's another one.
15-34.
Big problems for Andy Murray and team, as he's got 2 break points potentially to get through here. Del Potro, though, just 1 of 5 converting these break points.
34.
Nice serve by Murray to save another.
Now Potro challenging the goal, right far sideline. Goal was goal. Goal stand. 30-40. Mr. Del Potro has 2 challenges remaining.
Del Potro would like to have that over again.
Both these guys have had some pretty close second serves.
Yeah.
When they've been break point down. That one from Murray as well was awfully close from up here.
Two break points saved by Murray. Just has not been sharp in this match, whether that's the pace of Del Potro's ball or just some other issue for Murray. It's not the Andy Murray we've been used to seeing. Almost 40 unforced errors, and Del Potro has himself another break point. Control of the final set. The number 3 player is on the ropes. Can the Giant knock him out?
Centrebet's Fantasy Footy is here.
Fire up.
With Centrebet's AFL Fantasy League, there's $150,000 in cash up for grabs, and it's free to enter and play. Play fantasy footy at centrebet.com and fire up.
Cuts it inside. Oh, and he's done it! Magnifique!
The UEFA Champions League on ESPN, presented by Heineken.
Argentine fans will be delighted with the way their charge has been able to turn things around. Maybe not so much the Arsenal fans, but
Well, Murray down a break here in the final set.
Call right service line ball was called out.
Potro loses a challenge. He's made a good use of the Emirates line challenge today, but he's down to only one.
15 love. Mr. Del Potro has one challenge remaining.
Do you think all the unforced errors with Murray, Robbie, have just come from the fact that he hasn't played since the Australian Open? This is his first tournament back. Should we expect more unforced errors in this event than we're used to seeing him make?
That's a good question. Certainly struggled in his match against Carlos Burlock in the previous round. Didn't look himself.
Potro read it well, but Murray beat him to the punch.
30-15.
I think it's a combination of things. Probably the fact that he hasn't played a lot of matches recently, but also the way Del Potro has been mixing things up with the pace on the forehand, and then he's been chipping his backhand a lot. Good variety.
Murray has not played well here traditionally. Lost his opening round match here the last 2 years.
I think that would be a good time for a Twitter question.
40-15.
Who were those two losses against in the last 2 years? Murray lost his opening match here in Indian Wells. Who were those losses against? And you can let us know at Rob Koenig Tennis.
At Sam B. Gore. Murray did make the final here in 2009. The last couple of years have not been very successful. Del Potro only has one challenge remaining, and he better be very sure if he's going to use it, and decides not to. And that was a good decision. He would have lost it. Del Potro is going to use the challenge here. He will win the game if he's correct. He'll be out of challenges if he's wrong. Drum roll, please. And he's wrong. Good call.
Deuce. Mr. Del Potro has no challenges remaining.
So the only way he can get a challenge the rest of this set is if they go to a tiebreak where you're awarded one additional one. He has no more challenges in the final set.
It's also taking a long time between points, so it's going to be interesting to see how Fergus handles it. Obviously with the challenge, perhaps he's just going to let it slide. It's way long now.
Not even close. Potro has just been so sharp. I actually thought Murray looked really good in that point.
Advantage. Del Potro.
26-shot rally, but Del Potro comes away with it. And it's back to game point. See that coming. It's one of those great shots if he makes it, and what are you thinking if he misses?
Made it.
And Murray's patience and tenacity could be rewarded. A chance to break right back.
So to work awfully hard to break. Just the second break point for Murray of the match.
Has not broken Del Potro's serve the entire way. And that streak will continue.
Worked so hard to get himself back in the points. Argentine fans are delighted with the miss hit. Both of them having to dig deep into their physical reserves.
Murray used the loud crowd to give himself the chance to scream in frustration. First serve. Again, 132. That's been his magic number today. When he reaches that speed, he's won every point. It's not the guy you want to hit.
No.
He signs the checks. Took him almost 9 minutes, but Del Potro's been rock solid.
Del Potro leads.
Reminder, the winner of the BNP Paribas Open this year gets $1 million. So Larry Ellison graciously raising the prize money, and they got approval for it. And at the midnight hour, it seemed that was up for grabs, whether that was going to happen or not.
A fair bit of that money went into the earlier rounds as well, Sam. I've really enjoyed the variety from Del Potro today. He's giving Murray a taste of his own medicine with the chipping and then the injection of pace and then a high looping backhand.
You know, that's a good point, Robbie. He's been very Murray-like in this match. And Murray, with 44 unforced errors, just hasn't been able to hang with him. Swat.
Left 37.
Murray blisters it.
Anger in that shot.
Del Potro can't challenge. He's looking at that linesman. Del Potro out of challenges. That was a laser. Yeah, right on it. It's vintage Murray there.
Took that one just a fraction earlier. It just shows you the power of taking the ball on the rise. Just enough to create space on the other side of the court. Catch Del Potro off guard. Brushes up the back of the ball beautifully.
Frustrating day for Murray. And once again, he faces break point. Already down a break. Del Potro is looking for his first semifinal at the BNP Paribas Open, and he's 2 games away from it with a double break lead in the 3rd set.
Sam, you made the point a little earlier about these guys being good friends, and as I've watched this match unfold, I've kept that in the back of my mind. I just wonder if that's taken a little bit of the edge off Andy Murray. Because to me, he seems quite passive in this match. Not that same sort of aggression, fighting spirit that I saw, say, when he took on Burlock, or perhaps when he took on Donskoy in his first match of the week. And I'm just wondering if that kind of respect that he has with Del Potro, that friendship, has taken the edge off his game. Just a thought.
Del Potro certainly has benefited from whatever Andy Murray has been challenged with today, as the Argentine up 4-1. Djokovic awaits the winner. Djokovic has a 4-match winning streak against Del Potro and a 3-match winning streak against Murray.
For once, he gets the better of Murray.
Again, I think you hit it on the head earlier. It's just very Murray-like the way Del Potro's played. This is such an impressive effort for Del Potro because he hasn't just been overpowering to beat Murray. He's outmaneuvered and finessed him at times. There's the power. Winner number 20 today for Del Potro. The first double fault of the match. Murray struggled with double faulting in this match, but not Del Potro. Hard to hit it over a giant.
6'6". 14-15. Using every bit of the frame, both there and here, to get the job done. It's such an athletic event that
these two had quite a bitter rivalry in the juniors, but as they became men, they put some of that behind them, and as you mentioned, they've become good friends off the court. I'm sure there's a lot of guys you had tough being friends with in the juniors that as adults you like very much. It's just a matter of maturity.
Is that incident in Rome a couple of years ago as well? 2008, I believe it was, when Del Potro retired against Murray. There was a lot of needle in that match.
Potro's let his foot off the gas a little bit. Murray hoping to take advantage. He's got a 2-break lead right now.
Advantage. Del Potro.
gets out of trouble, and he's a game away from beating a fellow U.S. Open champion to move through to the semis here in Indian Wells. Murray, to stay in the tournament, must hold.
Mr. Photographer. Thank you. 15.
Salt in the wound from outside of the court end. Couple of match points. Andy Murray can head to Miami if he can't win these next two. And Del Potro will have a date with Djokovic tomorrow. Still match point. To hand the match to Juan Del Potro.
6-7, 6-3, 6-1.
Andy Murray will not become the new world #2 yet. And Juan Del Potro advances to the semifinals of the BNP Paribas Open. 6-7, 6-3, 6-1. Del Potro will face Djokovic in the semis.
Murray will be disappointed. He didn't find his range today. I thought after he won the first set, though, I thought that might change things. But that's where I really got to applaud Del Potro, because he invested an hour and 4 minutes in that opening set and came away with nothing, only to stay cool, calm and collected. Just went about his business, and how well he went about it. To beat Murray 3-1 in the next 2 sets in these kind of conditions, that's what makes it even tougher, given how hot it was out there and how much energy he would have had to expend in that opening set. Well, the decider was fantastic, posted some excellent numbers in set number 3, and the unforced errors winners ratio was good again. 11 winners, just 8 unforced errors in set number 3, and in total was 27 unforced, just a differential of 4. Net points won was excellent, 15 of 18, and of course only offered up just a couple of break points to Murray. Did such a good job of mixing things up from the back of the court, giving Murray a taste of his own medicine. Good contest. Del Potro, a worthy winner.